you're seeing the world for what it is. Okay? We have the Hermit, the Three of Swords, and the Devil card. You know, with the Hermit, we can be talking about a withdrawal. Okay, and with the Three of Swords following it, we're likely withdrawing to fully experience some form of clarity. I do think that withdrawing to recover is also a part of this. So we could be experiencing major disappointments, heartbreak, and I feel like I'm hearing the word cracked here, like something cracked, like internally. Because some of you, like you withdrew or you're withdrawing to emerge as like the villain. You're withdrawing to emerge as the person who is now choosing to benefit from the immediate environment and instead of constantly just serving it. For some of you, I'm hearing it's like there's like this internal reckoning that's happening. It's like I'm not accepting this old story, this old narrative anymore. And it likely had to do with overly giving. Like too much accessibility. What's interesting is that these two cards, you can see them as extremes as well. Like this could be like extreme personal experience and then an extreme lack of experience, which is why with the Devil energy, you know, those who are directionless can easily be led. But this extreme personal experience is what can help kind of shield us from the world. And then this overly exposes us to the world. But the reason why I'm talking about too much or like some form of overconsumption with the Hermit energy is that you can talk about, okay, there's that perfectionism that can come with the Virgo energy associated with this. But it's more like, you know how we say the devil's in the details? And who loves details? So there can be this clarity and understanding that those two extremes live within us. Like this desire to know is still alive, right? But because we're aware of these extremes living within us, what the Three of Swords could be showing is that we can still choose to feel safe in the unknown. Because both of these energies, and both are Earth, okay, that Virgo and Capricorn, both are desiring more. And that's not a problem because that means abundance is a part of the story here. But in what direction? Has it been actual adding into our life, or has there been more subtraction? I think that's what the Three of Swords is about for enough of us, is paying attention to the narrative that says look for more subtraction, look for more lack, look for more of what there is less of. And that doesn't always have to be a bad thing. Why? Because we do have the energy of capitalizing. And, you know, when you make a space for yourself or you find a niche, you know, you're noticing something that's missing. And if you feel like you can fulfill that role and give that to people, then you're fulfilling that missing block that some people maybe didn't even know they needed. You see, it's about which direction we're choosing to look now. Because I feel like with this Hermit energy, some of us have already been within, experiencing the solitude, enhancing the solitude. But with the Three of Swords here, I think it's saying, knock, knock. You're still going to need to show your face because you're still needed. So the way that you allow yourself to show up in the world, it has a lot to do with how you're connected with yourself, the relationship you have to you, which would be a form of solitude. How often can you reach that place of actually connecting with you, hearing your own voice, and then practicing a life where you are in alignment with that, where you have integrity with that? Because what you're going to be doing is going out into a world that's chaotic and expecting you to fall for the illusions, to fall into certain traps. I think what I'm trying to say here with this current topic that I'm on is, okay, what I'm trying to say here is you don't have to be afraid of choosing the life that you want right now. Some of you are deciding you actually don't want to be so heavily integrated into society or maybe the expectations of society. And that is cutting off a lot of options for you. Careers, family planning, maybe travel, living opportunities. Just this Three of Swords can indicate the awareness that a certain direction feels closed off, or at least for now. But what I like about this card following is that in the interim, many of you are still going to make a way. This is still choosing yourself in a way that may not be approved by the external, but you're satisfied with it. I feel like there's this balancing of being okay with being by ourselves for a period of time. That Three of Swords for some of you does indicate 3 years. That might be important to you. But I feel like instead of you planning so far ahead, like this Hermit energy might do with the vantage point that it has, we're thinking more short-sighted. And like I said, that can be advantageous. Thinking more short-sighted is allowing for you to constantly, maintain that awareness with yourself, that proximity with yourself, not going too far out all the time. You're allowing the messages, the downloads, all of that information to come to you. But it's like, I gotta make sure I'm going this far, because then if I don't achieve this goal, that this is, it's removing that pressure. And there can be a really negative response to you choosing yourself to that extent. But like I said at the very beginning, you're seeing reality for what it is right now. And you need to protect yourself in different ways. You need to have those boundaries, know how to lock it down so you're not accessible. And you can even review the details. And then you can get out into the field, exercising those details. Not being afraid that you have the lack of experience. This is the absorbing of knowledge and this is the integration of knowledge. And allowing yourself to be the person who takes that risk. This could also be the risk assessor. I don't know how you rephrase that. There's a version of you who is not afraid of risk assessment. Okay? And this is the one who is going out into the field. The one who's willing to say, it doesn't matter, I'm going to do it. I'm going to choose myself. I'm going to walk down this path anyway. I'm going to see where the unknown takes me. Because why not? Asking ourselves different questions and receiving different answers. Many of you are practicing that now. But if you are re-emerging to put yourself first, I do think there's a lot of resourceful prosperity for you there. And you don't have to be afraid of becoming a bad person. You're already a bad person to certain people. You're already reviewed and seen a certain way. And I think that's probably what some of the Three of Swords is. It's giving you that get out of jail free card. Like, oh, I actually don't have to think that much about what people think. I've witnessed it. I'm experiencing it. They've already shown me what they really think. So I'm just going to go for it anyway. I'm going to take the risk. Who cares? I'm going to do it. I'm going to climb the ranks. I'm going to create the table. I'm going to capitalize off of what is currently around me. I'm going to capitalize off of my knowledge. You see, the devil being in the details and this energy loving, craving the details, it's the extremes. We can bring these together. And yes, it may hurt at first. What these extremes show us. but it's that knowledge that is going to lead to you living abundantly. And that's subjective. But it is information that people will be craving. And that is why you treating yourself as an information hub, especially knowing yourself and how information works in your body, that is what people are going to be seeking. That is what people are going to want. If you are somebody who knows how to make space, hone into that. Up your mastery. Because I'm hearing it very loud and clear now. People are going to be looking for you. They're going to be looking for your knowledge. They're going to be looking for your ability to resource for yourself, to procure. It is data. It is information. And that will include emotions and feelings. But it is data and information that people are going to be craving. But many of you will not be able to step into that understanding until you actually face the data in front of you right now. Face the information in front of you. Allow this Three of Swords, that reality check, to give you the clarity of how things currently work right now for you in your environment. And once you allow that reality to be real, you accept and honor it. I mean, what you take from your experience to what you have experienced, to what you are experiencing now, churning that together, that can only benefit you from here onward. It can only benefit you from this point forward. Because the way that you process, the way that you procure, the way that you do things, the way that you exercise your knowledge, that is what is going to lead you through these periods of the unknown. That is what is going to lead you into a reality where you're actually getting everything that you want. I really do feel like this Three of Swords is saying there's a story that's absolutely gone. It's dead and gone. But I feel like it had to go. This reality check had to happen for you to then start putting yourself first, to propel yourself in a way to where it's like, actually, I'm doing this because I want to, because I can. It's the audacity. That's what was missing. The expressing of the audacity. It was there. Okay? Being a perfectionist, that's audacious, right? But it's now expressing the audacity. To do what you want to do. To be who you want to be. To say what you want to say. To practice what you want to practice. To go where you want to go. To spend what you want to spend. To climb where you want to climb. To build what you want to build. That Three of Swords may have had to happen for us to have the audacity now. Don't worry, this is definitely a collective experience. All right? So, with that being said, I'm going to end the reading here. I intend that this was helpful, that you felt seen and heard. I'm hearing an affirmation coming up, and it's, I am the audacity. I am the audacity. Yes, I am. There's nothing wrong with being it. See what happens. See how the world responds to you just saying, you know what, I am important. No matter what the external says. Okay? So I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be a messenger. And I love you very much. Until next time.